everybody for coming out tonight to celebrate Ed Kazanovicz, an amazing man. Everybody knows that. That's why we're here. We have a good lineup. But can we give a round of applause for Ed? For those that don't know me, my name is Steve Coleman. I serve as the fire chief for the fire rescue department here in Auburn. I've had the pleasure of working with Ed for the past 19 years, and to think that it's coming to an end is kind of it's kind of amazing. We do have a short list of speakers that are going to come up and say some nice things about Ed. They've been working all week trying to find nice things to say about Ed. Ed, were you surprised? Well, we're not going to talk about that. Ed thought that he was coming here for dinner tonight with the police chief and I and our deputy police and fire chief. We promised him a prime rib. We promised him whiskey. He had a smile on his face all day. And then he got to the front door and he saw me. And I saw the look on his face, like something came over him. He knew, like at that moment, something was up. And he came in, and you could tell he was legitimately surprised. And I just broke the news to him. I said, "Listen, here's the bad news. There's no prime rib." So we'll do some whiskey before you go, but there is no prime rib. I want to first call up our senator. Been a good friend of the town of Auburn and a good friend of Ed for many years. If we could have Senator Mike Moore.
So this could be a good joke or bad joke. When he said a short speaking portion, I thought he was talking about my friend Paul Frost's height. I had to beat him to it because every time he speaks after me, he talks about adjusting the mics based on his height. So it's great to be. Actually, Ed, you're about the same height, aren't you? I don't think he heard that. But so it's great to be here. You know, I see your former town manager, Julie Jacobson, here, who did a great job for many years. So it's nice to see you, Julie. The sad part is all the training she did all those years, training Ed to take over for her after a very short, was it 3 years that he was here? 2? So even worse, after 2 years, you're leaving the town, and now to look for another town manager. But I know you're in good hands with Dory as the interim town manager. But it's been an honor to represent the town of Auburn all these years, and there's so many wonderful people, and you know, you get the chance to deal. That's one of the best parts about this job. You get to meet so many people from the community, and you get to see the people that really care. And it's funny because when you start going to different events, it's always the same people and the same faces you see there. So it's great to be here and to see all the faces that I've met over the years, and all the people who are committed to the community, such as Ed. It's been great to deal with as the assistant town manager and as the town manager. So Ed, in recognition of the surprise party for you tonight, your retirement, I heard you were burning the midnight oil last night too, working late. Yeah. Okay. So I have for you from the State Senate an official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to the town manager in recognition of your retirement from the town of Auburn, with appreciation of your 3 decades of dedicated service to the citizens of the Commonwealth in the town of Auburn. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to, and a copy thereof transmitted by the clerk. It's signed by myself, but also by the Senate President. And congratulations, and hopefully your honey-do list won't be too long. But congratulations, and you're going to be missed. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to invite up to the microphone our state representative, Representative Paul Frost.
So I appreciate the senator from taking both my jokes away, adjusting the microphone and mentioning the short list of speakers. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh, that's my line, and Michael took it. But it's an honor to be here and to congratulate you, Ed, on your many years of service to the town of Auburn and for everything that you've done for the community. Today is my dad's 82nd birthday, and my dad is a very long time town meeting member, and I would know that would give you a hard time now and then on the floor of town meeting, asking questions and everything, to the point, I think Ed called me once and was like, hey, Paul, your dad, he keeps asking about this. Do you know why? And I'm like, I don't know. You have to ask him, everything else. But you have to ask him about it. But no, I know my dad always appreciated your efforts for the town and always being very thorough at your town meetings and really the way you present things to the people, the voters of the town meeting, as well as the folks of the town. So I want to thank you, Ed, for everything you've done for this community in your different capacities. And we are one of the better communities and stronger communities out there, and you have a lot to do with that. And so I do want to just recognize it, and I want to thank you, and I wish you the best in your retirement and whatever you end up doing. Is that golfing? Is it gardening? Is it bowling? What is your... Babysitting. There we go. So, Ed, congratulations and good luck to you in your many more decades of babysitting and what have you. So, from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, be it hereby known that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Ed Kazanovicz in recognition of your retirement from the town of Auburn. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors, given this 30th day of January in the year 2025. It is signed by the Speaker of the House and offered by me, your state representative, Paul Frost. Congratulations, good luck, God bless.
Thank you, Representative. Our next speaker has been a good friend of Ed for many, many years. He has served as the past secretary for the Executive Office of Public Safety for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Auburn resident, Tom Turco.
Oh, wow. So really appreciate this opportunity. I go back with Ed. I've been in Auburn 35 years, but about 25 years ago, I got to meet Ed in the town. Ken Fairbanks, I ran for Parks Commissioner in one, and Ken Fairbanks asked me if I knew this guy, Ed Kazanovicz, and he said, real good baseball player, played at St. Peter's. I said, I don't remember him. He couldn't have been that good. So now, Tommy Zone is here, and I asked him the same question today. He goes, I don't remember him being on my team either. No, Ed's done a lot of great for this community, and especially, as Parks Commissioner. He called me one day and he said, I know you're kind of hard-headed, but Doctors Arthur and Martha Pappas would like to meet with you and talk about what we can do good for the town, especially with recreation and all. And I said, sure, I'd love to meet with them. And, so myself and the other two Parks Commissioners sat down, we met, and the next thing you know, we're growing athletics in the community and, in the arts and all. And then from there, Dr. and Mrs. Pappas is here today, and they offered to build a complex in the town of Auburn, and they asked Ed and I to sit on that committee, and it was the Auburn Foundation, and I got to tell you, that committee did a lot for this community, and they really made it easy for the arts and the athletics in the community. And Ed, as humble as he is, he never took credit for anything, but he spearheaded the financial movement with that and made it fit into the town economics. So that was fantastic. Then, Eddie decided to leave the town, and everyone was asking Ed to run. And he said, no, I'm good. I just want to stay here and support whoever else comes into this community. And we were very fortunate. I sat on the search committee, and we got Julie, and those two worked unbelievable together. And Julie retired so Ed could finally have his turn. And it was kind of contested. The town wanted to go outside, but and I had an opportunity to speak before the Board of Selectmen that night, and I said to them, don't make this mistake and make this moment identify what your term was on this board. We have the right person right in front of us, and Eddie's done nothing but support this community, and he's going to be a big loss. Hopefully we get somebody behind Eddie that's going to take care of the town of Auburn the way he watched over it for the 25 years I got to know him. So, Eddie, I just want to thank you for being a good friend, taking care of our kids and our community. I know you didn't live in town, but you made the town like it was yours, and I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Did anyone happen to just see the picture of Ed with the vacuum pack on there? That is the hardest I've seen you work in 19 years. I didn't even know that picture existed. I was like, I had to take it. I have no idea. He was trying to look busy. That's what it looked like to me in the photo. Yeah. Next up, another good friend of Ed, great friend to the town of Auburn. She served many, many years in an elected capacity. Most recently, she's the past chair of the Auburn Select Board, Doreen Goodrich.
I think I'm shorter than Paul. My friend, I can see you over there. Thank you. I don't usually get nervous at these things, but I just want to make sure that, I do this right for you. We go back so far, almost to 30 years. The days of Chris Ross and not secretary. What was it? Executive secretary. And you and I clicked back then. We knew what we wanted to do. We wanted to do the right thing for the town. Don't let anyone say that because Ed didn't live in town, he didn't care about this town, because he does, and he will continue. Watch, he's going to be back checking on us. I'm looking around this room, and so many memories being triggered because he's done so much with each and every one of you in this room. He's made a difference with each and every one of you, whether, it's the school department, DPW, social services. You impacted everyone, and I have so much respect for what you did, because it's what you wanted to do when we had the transition of the town manager, and you said, I'm going to step back and see what happens. But you still led the town. You led the town at that time, and you're just an amazing guy. When I spoke at Monday's meeting, I talked about people trusting you, and what a legacy to leave, that you left a town and people trusted you. So congratulations. This isn't goodbye for me, because you're my dear friend and I love you.
Thank you, Doreen. I would like to invite to the microphone who will be the incoming, as of Saturday, the interim town manager, Dori Vecchio.
Okay, so I noticed something really different between everyone before me and me. I have notes. What's up with that? I didn't want to forget anything. Okay, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Dori Vecchio. I'm the Assistant Town Manager, HR Director. I'm going to keep this short. A lot of people have wonderful things to say about Ed. First and foremost, Ed, I want to thank you so much for the opportunity of letting me be your second in command. I am so humbled to work for this town. You have taught me so much about the town itself, the people in the town, the employees that have just filled my heart. And I thank you for that and for trusting in me. Under your leadership, I've learned so much about the town, the residents, the volunteers. And I'll miss your problem-solving discussions, our problem-solving discussions, and rational thought process that's based on over 30 years of institutional knowledge. You always knew the best way to solve a problem. I'm going to miss that so much. Your calm manner, professionalism, financial expertise were just part of your success. Your sincerity, your big heart, your sense of humor made us feel comfortable and appreciated by you. I only hope I can follow in your footsteps along, although those are big shoes to fill. It was clear to me that your management style was one of balance, which I find is unique. You respect people and you listen. You care and you help solve problems and improve the lives of people in the community. You make very difficult decisions that aren't always popular. All that, and you're able to stay lighthearted and funny. Being town manager is a big job, and you did it so effortlessly and so well. All that being said, I've been studying you for the past 2 years, and I've been working on several things to help me as I go into this interim position, and hopefully the permanent position for the town of Auburn. I am starting to binge watch Friends, because apparently is it Seinfeld? See, I don't even know. Seinfeld. So I'm binge watching the wrong one. I was going to ask you too. So apparently I need to, when I realized that this joke about Seinfeld, which I've honestly never watched, I need to binge watch because they joke about it all the time, and I think I need to lighten up. It is? Do I have to? Okay, I'll do it. I'm going to purchase more than 2 pairs of glasses, and I'm going to switch back and forth like you do to see which one I can, because you are so eloquent and you're sophisticated and distinguished. I'm going to try that same thing, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring a healthy lunch to work. Where's Sue? No more Charleston shoes and Tootsie Rolls. Healthy lunch. The only thing is, who made your lunch? Did you? Tracy, did you? Tracy, can you make my lunch? Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to do that too. I also need to be more frugal because when I first started with the town of Auburn, there was a bunch of mold on the town hall. We remember that? Remember we saw all that? And Kenny and I would be like, Ed, come on, you gotta power wash the town hall. No, it's okay. A year later, dude, this is bad. So he does it. So we do it. So we power wash town hall. It looks so nice. And guess what? If we did it the first time, we'd have to do it again now. He saved money. We waited a whole year. We don't have to do it again now. So I need to know that. I also need to freshen up my skills and be able to say to a department head, because I watched this again this year, I'm sorry, I have to cut your budget. I'm sorry, you're not getting what you want, but I'm going to help you in any way I can. And most people, they walked away. They're like, okay, they're okay. It's almost like when the fire chief is at a Board of Selectmen meeting and doesn't ask for money and gets money anyway. I'm like, just like that. But back to Ed. I need to learn how to control the laptop. So when we get porn bombed in a Board of Selectmen meeting, we can shut it off because he kept clicking and it kept popping up and popping up. Okay. I also need to establish nicknames and new names. I don't know if Bob Hennigan's here, but I really need to figure out what to call his secretary because it can't be Sandra. So honestly, back to seriousness, I could go on and on. Thank you for hiring me, for trusting in me, for recommending me to the Board of Selectmen to be interim town manager. I'm honored and humbled. You cannot be replaced. But I'm going to try my best. I've learned a lot from you. I'm going to try my best to do a great job that makes you proud. Your legacy with the town of Auburn is everlasting. Enjoy your wife and your daughters and your granddaughters. You've put your time in. It's time for you to enjoy life. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dory. I'd like now to invite to the microphone our retired town manager, Julie Jacobson. But before you get up, Julie was very excited when she was asked to speak because this is like the first real professional assignment she's had in the last 2 years. She sat at the computer, she pretended it was like the annual town report. So she's got about 72 pages of material that she's going to deliver tonight, all in about 2 minutes. That's the amazing part about Julie Jacobson.
Thank you. Truly, it's 2 pages, size 14 font. Yes, I've gone up to a 14, used to be able to read it. And just in case, the fire chief's wife provided me with a lovely pair of cheaters to use. So if I can't read it, I'm going to go to that. So anyway, it's great to see everybody here tonight. It's been a while. I truly miss this community. It's a great place to live, work, and visit. So thank you for having me here and for the opportunity to talk. Thank you, Tracy, for asking as well. It's hard to think of what to say about Eddie because Eddie's a great guy. So where do you start? So what I'm going to do, I'd like to just talk about the 3 sides of Eddie that I see. So we have Ed the professional, we have Ed the family guy, and we have Ed the friend. So first, Ed the professional. So I've had the pleasure of knowing Ed now for 14 years. We met when I first became town manager here in 2011. And he, at the time, was the assistant town manager and then also the CFO during my entire tenure. And we worked side by side together for the 12 years that I was here. I got to say, Ed was the absolute best assistant town manager that you could ever ask for, anywhere. Not Massachusetts, just anywhere. He was a phenomenal assistant town manager for me. He was also the best municipal CFO I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of municipal CFOs, and it's really hard to find a municipal CFO. He maintained Auburn's fiscal stability in the most challenging of times. And I know the town appreciates what he's done, and that's something that's really going to be a challenge to keep up in these fiscal challenging periods that we're having. Ed was always my confidant. He was my go-to person for everything, and he was a great sounding board. He was always ready with some advice and a level head. He's done a great job as Auburn's town manager the last 2 years. Ed, if you all know, he's equally comfortable presenting a budget in front of 120 town meeting members, speaking in front of a group, but he's also equally comfortable sitting one-on-one with a board member, with a resident, with somebody who has a problem. If you have a problem, you just know you can always go to Ed. Ed is, someone else mentioned a few adjectives, but I want to say he's professional, he's fair, he's honest, he's compassionate, he's even-keeled, he's calm, he's a good listener, and he's a creative problem solver, traits that have made him a really successful town manager the last couple of years. Ed, you've made a tremendous impact on the town of Auburn and on the municipal organization over 3 decades that you've been here. I know you're going to be very well missed. So just 2 more things quickly. Ed, the family guy. Anyone who knows Ed knows that his family is his greatest source of pride and joy. He is fiercely devoted and in love with his wife, Tracy. He adores his 3 daughters, Jess, Carly, and Brooke. He welcomed his son-in-law and his daughter's significant others into the family with open arms. And he's over the moon in love with his 2 little granddaughters, Shay and Sophia, who are here. He also, if you don't know this, loves his grandpups. And he loves to share stories about their antics, especially on his watch, when he has watched them. So he's a great family man. I would say he used to have me in stitches talking about his family and some of the things that the family went through. And to my last day, I will always remember the phone call that came in from Brooke that was so urgent, we had to stop a meeting. Ed grabbed the phone. He would always take the phone. And Brooke on the other line says, "Dad, where's the tuna?" And Ed was... He was hysterical laughing. He told her where the tuna was and, just went on with the meeting like it never even happened. So not only did he had me laugh, but he also had my admiration whenever he talked about his family. The pride and the love that he has for his family is incredible. And lastly, Ed the friend. Ed has more friends than anyone I know. Everybody who has met Eddie loves Eddie. it's interesting. Eddie has a great sense of humor, which I'll tell you about in 1 minute, but you can always count on Ed to be there. And if you are a close friend of his, you know he's reliable and he's loyal. And he will be there for you no matter what and no matter when. You can always count on Ed. He's still close friends with his grammar school friends, even though apparently they don't remember how he played ball at the time, but that's okay. He's developed great friendships with his neighborhood, and obviously he has a lot of friendships with his colleagues and those of us that we all worked with. And as many of you know, he's also quite the comedian. He loves a good practical joke. He has kept me and many of the department heads laughing through numerous events and meetings that we shouldn't admit we did, but he did, with his funny comments. And I'm not going to share with you the details of any of his pranks, which he's well known for. But just know that his pranks were, just like Eddie, they were funny and they were creative. And they still make me laugh when I think about it. So in closing, I'm so honored to be Eddie's friend. And I really treasure our friendship. And we've continued to be friends since I left here. After many decades in local government, the last 30 of which were here in Auburn, Ed is ready to embark on the next phase of his life. And I have no doubt, as you won't, that it's going to be filled with laughter, friendship, family, and love, because those are the traits that make Ed so special. So congratulations, Ed. It's so well deserved.
Ed is dying to say something. I can see it in his face. Speaking on behalf of all of the Auburn department heads, I'd like to introduce our Chief of Police, Todd Lemon.
So off script, everybody, I'd like to thank Chief Coleman for volunteering me to speak tonight, because who doesn't love to public speak? Thank you very much, Steve. And once again, off script, Ed and I started together about 30 years ago. I wanted to put some thoughts down. I use size 16 font tonight, so I'll get started. So good evening, everyone. We gather here tonight to honor and bid farewell to a remarkable individual, Ed Kazanovicz, a leader who has not just served our town, but inspired it with his charisma, humility, and unmatched sense of humor. Ed Kazanovicz, you have been more than a town manager and accountant. You have been the heart and soul of the community and a guiding light through challenges, and a friend to all who had the privilege of working alongside you. Your leadership has been nothing short of extraordinary. You led with wisdom and decisiveness, but also with kindness that made everyone feel valued. You didn't just manage numbers, Ed. You managed relationships, opportunities, and dreams. You reminded us that the budget is not just dollars and cents, but about people and progress. And somehow you made even the driest spreadsheets feel like a story worth telling. Your humility has been a hallmark of your character. You never sought the spotlight, which is huge. Even though your work often placed you there, instead you let your actions speak louder than words, and you always gave credit where it was due. You listened more than you spoke, and when you did speak, it was with clarity, wisdom, and that ever-present twinkle in humor that could brighten even the most serious meeting. It's impossible to talk about you without mentioning the joy you brought every room when you entered, when it was a witty remark in a Board of Selectmen's meeting or a Finance Committee meeting, a clever pun during the budget season, or a perfectly timed joke that turned a tough day around. Your ability to make us laugh reminded us that even in hard work, there's room for lightness and connection. Chief Coleman and I will definitely miss the Seinfeld references, not Friends. My God, Dory. As we say goodbye, we know this isn't really the end. The mark you've left on the town of Auburn is indelible. The projects you've championed, the lives you've impacted, and the community that you've strengthened will stand as a testament to your leadership and care for many years to come. On a personal note, I'm deeply appreciative of your dedication and support of public safety, most specifically to police and fire. Chief Coleman and I deeply appreciate that. Your community appreciates that. Public safety is the utmost importance to you, and I'm never going to forget it. I have referred to you as a can-do person who would strive always to get things done, even through adversity and difficult times. We'd come to an impasse, And I'd be scratching my head at my desk, as would Chief Coleman, and we'd come back to you and we'd close the door and we'd try to figure out a solution. You always did it. And that's from the heart, that's not on paper. On behalf of everyone here in the entire town, thank you, Ed. Thank you for your service, your dedication, your wisdom, and your humanity. Thank you for showing us what it means to lead with grace and to live with purpose. We will miss you immensely, but we send you off with our best wishes for this new chapter in your life. May it be filled with much joy, laughter, and comfort with your family, and most especially with your grandchildren. Godspeed. Ed, we have a gift for you that we pitched in for, and we think it's going to be pretty special. This is something for you to enjoy in your retirement.
We'll let you It's from now.
Baby or a dog?
I can get used to this.
Two more. Man, you are dying to say something. I'd like to invite to the microphone next a good friend of Ed, Mr. Kurt Binder.
I've been good friends with Eddie for probably over 40 years now, which is a long time and plenty of time to observe Eddie and observe Eddie in action. I'd like to share my thoughts in a unique way, but I don't speak Polish or Italian. So I thought I would do it in rhyme. As you can see, I'm very computer literate. I first met Ed because our wives go way back. I put out my hand, he put out a Coors Light. Very soon, we became a regular pack. What do you expect? We're both the same height. Family vacations together were lots of fun. Pool jumping, hotels, or floating drinks out to the docky. With two girls, Kaz thought his family was done. Then Brooke was conceived at Winnipesaukee. When it comes to his hobbies, Kaz is no shirker. While cooking, he still beats his meat with a mallet. He is also quite skilled as a woodworker, except everything looks like a pallet. Although municipal work has been Ed's whole life, let's face it, his biggest job has been Tracy. Managing a town while managing your wife. How'd you do it without going crazy? Now you can spend time with your girls and grandchildren in these years that retirees call golden. Except Tracy has projects for you to start building. She's pulling permits from the town of Holden. So at last, after a long, successful career, Kaz can focus on family and relaxation. So please, let's raise a glass and give him a cheer. It's a well-deserved final vacation.
Thank you, Kurt. It was mentioned tonight that nothing brings Ed greater joy than his family. And tonight, speaking on behalf of the family, are his daughters, Carly and Brooke.
Good evening. My name is Carly, and I am Ed's middle daughter. And I'm Brooke. I'm Ed's youngest daughter. And you saw our sister Jess. She's a little busy with the two little ones over there, so we're going to keep her entertaining them. Thank you all for being here to celebrate my dad and his career and 30 years in the city of Auburn. He is dedicated, hardworking, a leader, a mentor, and a friend to many of you. But he is also an amazing dad. And let me tell you, no one's better than him. There hasn't been one day that's gone by where my dad hasn't woken up before the sunrise and hasn't sat down, if he does at all, until the sun sets. Whether it is making us egg sandwiches before school, packing us lunches every day, and showing up to every kid's sporting event, helping us with homework, late night meetings, he's always juggled a strenuous career while being the best father and husband, and now grandfather. From early mornings to late night meetings, he never once complained. But we did dread Monday nights since we knew it would be overcooked pasta from our lovely mother. Through all of this, he still had the time to be the best father and husband. Dad, your work ethic is truly inspirational. I can count on maybe one hand the number of times he has missed work. And it was only when my mom made him stay home, and that was the only reason. Watching my dad be so dedicated and passionate about his career helped shape who I am today. I'm grateful for all your support and guidance, and for teaching me the importance of also hard work, dedication, and work ethic. You are an example for all of us kids. Auburn will always be a special place for me and my family. I remember going as a kid, visiting my dad at work, everyone being so kind and friendly as soon as you walk in the door. Whether it was seeing the Red Sox game in Trophy with Dr. Pappas, which I don't even think I was born for, watching the Auburn fireworks, or on the 4th of July, and seeing the Christmas tree lighting. But in all reality, let's give a round of applause for all the Auburn members who helped me with my summer reading or kept me busy shredding paper. But beyond professional accomplishments, it's the personal qualities you've instilled in me and everyone lucky enough to know you that stand out the most. Your kindness, your humility, and your willingness to always lend a hand have made an impact that will last far beyond the workplace. You've shown us what it means to be truly present, to be a good person, and to treat others with respect. Dad, you've been a role model to me and my sisters our entire life. I am so proud of you and all of your accomplishments. We are all so proud of you, and we're grateful for everything you've done for us and for others over the years. Your career has truly been nothing short of inspiring. So as you step into this new chapter of life, I am so excited for the things that you will accomplish. All the projects I'm sure you're going to take on. You can't sit still. Maybe you'll take that deep sea fishing trip you've always talked about. We're definitely going to keep Gus and all the dogs with you when we go away. But most importantly, the time you'll spend with family, especially your granddaughter, Shay and Sophia, and all the meatballs I'm going to force you to make for me. So as we celebrate you today, let's not just look at the career you've built, but also the incredible impact you've had on all of us. Your family, friends, and colleagues, we love you and we are proud of you. Congratulations.
Wow, I am just blown away by everyone who showed up tonight.
Moving away from my mic.
As my Italian grandmother would say, God rest her soul, it doesn't get any better than this. I have my family here. I have my friends here. I have my coworkers here. I have elected officials here. Residents here who have come out and said kind words about this guy named Eddie. I don't know who the hell he is. But I am just blown away by all of your comments and all of your kind words. And I am totally blessed to have a beautiful family led by a beautiful wife, Tracy, who really gives me the inspiration to get up every day and to do what I do. I don't know if Ronald Brooks is here, but we had a conversation. When I was in Boston, he called. He was concerned about some things that were going on, and Tracy was with me in the room, and I had Ron on speakerphone. And Tracy overheard Ron making some, he was concerned about some health issues. And so Tracy chimed in and she offered some guidance for Mr. Brooks. And Mr. Brooks called me yesterday and he said, Eddie, he said, I've been thinking about this several times since I had a conversation with you last week. He said, I can tell your wife is also your best friend. And I said, Ron, I said, you couldn't be more right. I said, my wife is not only a dedicated wife, she's a devoted mother, and she is my best friend. And on top of that, she is a compassionate individual who cares about people and deals with people every day and brings pride and joy to their life for what she does. She's worked for Associates in Otolaryngology for 40 years, and Dr. Oyer and his wife are here, and they have helped. That's a sign, hon. And they have helped people, and she continues to help people every day of her life. So I love you, honey, and thank you. And to my kids, I don't know what to say. My son-in-law, Mike, and Ryan and Chad, I am blessed. We have a great family, and the family is growing, and it's a reason for me to now step aside and enjoy some of what we can do for them. To Steve and to Todd, you indicated, you gave me some bad words that there wasn't going to be any prime rib tonight. Well, my bad news to you is I made it clear that I did not want to have a big bash and a party tonight. So my last executive order tomorrow will be to terminate you both. All right? And there'll be no discussion on a separation agreement, and we will contest unemployment. But for all of you involved in pulling this together, my sincere thanks. I really appreciate that. And to the speakers that made comments tonight, it was very touching and it was very warm. It gave me a sense of pride. I want to tell you about Eddie's story that happened. Julie mentioned Eddie, the friend. I got a call, it was about a week and a half ago. It was at night, it was a Friday night, sipping on a beer, and the phone rings and it says, Julie Jacobson. I said, oh. So I answered the phone. I said, hi, Julie, what's going on? And she said, Eddie? I said, yes. And I could hear Jake in the background, and there was a conversation like, oh, we called the wrong Eddie. Which didn't make me feel good. I felt like I was second fiddle. But we had a great conversation. We caught up on a lot. And she was apologetic at the end of the conversation, but we had a good exchange of words that night. To all of you, or to all the employees that came out tonight, thank you very much. It means a lot. And to my friends, my neighborhood friends, my high school friends, and I was a damn good baseball player. Let the record show, I think I was 6-2 in my senior year on the mound, only to be outdone by Mr. Thomas Zona. So Tommy got drafted after that year. So it's nice to see you. And where's my good friend James Quealy? Jimmy, nice to see you, buddy. And I know Michael Carter left, and Bernie. I can't say enough about the people who have shown up tonight. But thank you to the employees. You made it pleasurable for me to serve as your town manager. And I feel somewhat guilty now that I'm retiring after hearing all the kind words tonight. But I will always follow Auburn with interest. Auburn is like home to me. I do have the best interest of the employees and residents. I always did. It was very rewarding for me as town manager to help out the citizens of our community. When they have a problem, I feel compelled and an obligation to help them. That's what we're there for. If they call, you call them back, make them feel like they're wanted. I'm going to miss that part of it. So I know we have good leadership, good people, good department heads, and I know they will continue the good work. So thank you all, and I look forward to mingling with you tonight. So thank you very much. Let's hand it off to you. Are the good.
Thank you.